The following is a fan-based discussion. All materials discussed are property of Toei Inc., Bandai, Hasbro, Saban Entertainment, and Tsuburaya Productions.
Yep.
Kamusta ka?
Konnichiwa.
Bienvenido!
Hi.
Hi.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Tokucast Reviews. This week we're doing 3 of the Garo movies. Red Requiem, this is not in order. Demon Beast of the White Knight, Red Requiem, and Lament of the Dark Dragon.
Also known as Lament of the Wailing Dragon.
It's true.
Also known as like Azure Lamentations of the Wailing Dragon.
It's
also
very
known as
long.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah.
It's more Wizard of Oz.
Either way.
Also known as Kouga in Wonderland. But yes, I'm excited for this. I like the fact that we did it this way, seasons 1 and 2, and then we went back to do the movies to finish out Kouga's run.
Mhm.
By the way, episode 56.
Ha! This is episode 56. We're getting close. Actually, we already passed a year worth of videos if you watch 1 per week. That was a while ago. That was actually before the technical episode 52 because of Decorator Month.
And fucking Deno month and every other month thing we've done. Anyway, these movies.
Yes!
Have we only done
These
2?
movies. Let's go ahead and start with the one that comes immediately after the season 1, which is Demon Beast of the White Knight, where we're introducing some new characters.
And some old characters because they got retconned.
Well, they got resurrected.
Same thing.
They were like, hold on, wait a
Same
minute.
thing.
These-
Same thing, and you fucking know
These
it.
people were too popular.
Oh shit.
It's the Abdul situation.
Yeah. But yeah, I like this movie, though. Especially because, I'm actually going to take that back. I like it up to a certain point, but a character can ruin a movie if they're featured too much.
I think they can.
We always knew this, because a character can also ruin a show if they're featured too much. I'm looking at you, Akiko.
And in that same vein, we also have another little girl in this movie named Ren,
Mhm.
who's named Koga's mother, who we found out was a Makai priest. We actually get to see what she looks like in this movie as well, along with his father. But yeah, Ren, let's talk about her really quickly. Because
Do
she
you have
shows
to?
up near the back.
Gotta have to. She's a pretty big part of the movie.
She shows up at the very beginning of this movie. And she's a Makai preacher's trainee. She's sort of powerful, but she's also a little child.
Dish.
And that's the problem with her. She cannot act. And
There have been.
shows.
I think there have been worse child actors than Toku.
I mean,
There have absolutely been worse child actors than Toku, but if you're gonna get one to carry a film,
Get one of those.
get one of the better ones.
Yeah, get one of the better ones.
just get, what's his name? From
Q
Q
Ranger.
Ranger.
You really liked him.
He was great! He was a great character.
How old would he have been when this came out?
0.
Was this-
-3.
This is 2006.
I think he was like 12 or 13 in Q Ranger. So he would have been around that age. Yeah. But yeah, I do like the fact that we do, once again, it's Garo. So we get to see a lot about suit fighting.
Yes, when they're out of suit fighting, it's as good as ever.
Yeah, in this movie especially. And this whole movie, the premise is Amon, who died in the first season, apparently he came to Ren in a dream. And she
As you do.
brought him back through a mirror in this movie.
As you do.
Exactly. And he tells Koga, like, hey, I need you to go resurrect Jabby. And Koga's like, alright. And so
Cool.
he goes ahead and does that, gets Jabby back.
Which makes everybody happy.
It's true. Jabby, I don't know if I said this in our season 1 review, but she is basically a Makai Knight, but not in name.
Yeah.
And that's mostly because of the fact that she's a woman.
Sexist bastards.
She can't become a Makai Knight. But she's a very, very strong Makai priest. As we saw in the first season when she beat up somebody who Koga could not beat.
And then she kicks some dude in the face who was right behind her.
Yeah! That's when she was solidified as just like the best. I'm sitting here like she did the Batman, but with a leg. And that's different.
So the gold member then.
Yes! Oh, yeah! That was a great scene. Both legs. But yeah, they end up bringing Jabby back, and the whole thing is they're trying to fight this horror that has to be sealed with a certain arrow, which looks more like a double-sided dagger.
Swear to God, sometimes it sounds like you're saying whore.
Ver.
Oh.
Horror. But yeah, I love the fact that once Jabby ends up coming back, she's like, I'm not taking any shit from anybody. I don't like you, and I hate him.
And
So-
he does not like the table.
And
more so my chair.
this is the movie that we end up getting to meet. His name is not Taiga in this movie.
That's okay.
Actually, it is.
There you go, Sanjima.
Oh no, that's his dad. We're talking about the other Makai Knight,
The white one?
Tsubasa, who was Taiga in Kiva.
Dan the Midnight Sun.
Yes, and I like the fact that as soon as he ends up meeting Kouga, because for some reason they just all end up having issues with each other, he ends up fighting Kouga, and he's one of the few Makai Knights that uses spells regularly, so he likes to float rocks and throw them at people. But yeah, I like him. His suit
Very good.
is the greatest thing.
It's a great suit.
I love this suit. It's a beautiful suit.
Yes, it is.
To be fair, are there any bad Makai Knight suits in Garo?
Some of the base ones that they use in season 2.
Maybe.
Yeah.
There are weaker ones, but yet they're all still aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, but it's the white. It's the white metal.
White, black, and purple.
Yeah. It just looks amazing because of that. And that horror, it was a dead body who these two people were going to bury at the very beginning.
And who were those people? Why did they have a dead body?
Apparently they were getting paid for it. Or something to that effect. But the dead body is...
I was going to say we'll never know, but I guess there was a reason.
It ends up getting possessed by a horror.
Yep.
The horror comes in and kills the woman immediately. And subjugates
because
the
let's
guy.
be real, if you are a female in this show, you are not safe. Ever.
You're either going to die or get your tits out.
Or both.
Or both.
Or die with your tits out.
Probably at the same time.
But they, end up getting to meet him. They end up having this big fight. I love the fact that his weapon is a spear, by the way.
Yeah.
Since it's not, a sword like Zero's and Koga's. It's
really one of the only weapons in Garo, who's Makai Knight that has a reach, and I'm not counting the bow.
I was actually going to count him.
Well, he's a range weapon, not a reach weapon. There's a difference.
It also has bladed ends.
He doesn't use it as often. It's true. But
Dan's great. He's very, very uptight. But I do like his character quite a bit. Now, after they end up bringing back Jabby, they were like, hey, the reason that you brought me back is to power up this arrow so we can actually get rid of the thing, the bad horror. And they're just like, okay. And so they end up doing that. The horror can basically just spawn copies of himself, like little monsters, and then he can possess one of them. And I love the scene where it's all of them fighting around the building, and Zero's there, and he ends up having like this little moment with one of the people who were under Dan. And I love the fight scenes just in this whole entire part where they're fighting around the shrine.
Yep.
And then they end up overwhelming them after the big horrors of taking over one of the minions. And I love the scene where his subordinate and the other little monster is about to go break into the shrine, and Jabby's just like, but you don't, though. And so
but you don't, though.
And just comes out and kicks the guy in the face. Jabby's the best.
Yeah.
If nothing else, we can discern the Jabby.
Yeah, and the little girl ends up getting poisoned. Who cares? She gets cured. She gets taken by the monster who took over one of the charm, like the bracelet that Dan has.
He almost got rid of her.
And I love the scene in the Makai forest when they're like, the gravity is weird, so they're falling downward through the forest. And they had like dodge trees and everything and fight monsters, and Jabby's just like, I have no time for this, flags! She basically became God before God was God. And I love the scene of them fighting in that forest because it's so good just to see them, use a mix of practical effects along with, green screen background, and them like being dragged along the ground and everything, still at the same speed that they were using. This movie does really well with its own practical effects and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I love the scene where it's the 3 Makai Knights and Jabby fighting against the bad guy, and they're like, Jabby, go! You're the best one who has, you're the one who has the best chance. And Jabby's like, okay, I got this. She goes and starts fighting the guy, and I'm sitting here like, how are you not a Makai Knight though?
Because you have a vagina.
Because you have a vagina.
But she is so great in this movie, and I love the fact that this is a return to her.
Yeah.
She's just such a good
It's an apology to her, let's be real.
It really is. It's like, okay, you got really popular, so that was our bad.
So here you go.
It's great. It's
Who'd have thought the what? What is the demographic of the show? You say Like teenage men?
I would say teenage boys, yeah.
Yeah, who'd
And
have
older
thought?
men.
Who'd have thought the hot chick was popular?
In the mid
Dun.
the hot badass chick. Also, I love the fact that when Dan first transforms, he has already stabbed a monster, and he transforms through the monster.
Because fuck you, that's why.
And then Kouga ends up getting a new form thanks to that arrow at the end of it. He stabs it into himself.
Because this is still a Toei show.
After he's been... No, it's not. After he's been infected by...
Tokusatsu is what I meant to say.
After he's been infected by the monster who's like going to turn everybody into like a copy of himself. He uses the arrow, gets rid of that, and he gets like phosphorus, I believe the name of the form is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a good movie, but Ren really brings this movie down.
Been a great movie without Ren.
Now, we can move on to the second movie, Red Requiem. This movie's not good.
Little bit of trivia for you.
It was 3D.
Sorry.
Not just that, but the guy who directed this movie,
Which one? Red Requiem?
he's the same director for all 3 movies we're reviewing today.
Which is weird, because these are 3 very different movies.
The movie that he did before this was Demon Beast of the White Knight. 4 years later, he directed another movie, and it was Red Requiem.
Yeah. Now, the Red Requiem starts off with Kouga receiving an order from the Watchdogs about a new horror threat, Karma.
I will say...
In 3D!
You can tell this movie came out in 2010, which is right at the height of the 3D craze. This is after Avatar, it's after Alice in Wonderland, and everything is just like...
Yeah.
So much CG being thrown in your face.
And the monster, the horror that is like the basis of the second movie is Karma. It's based in a mirror.
Yeah.
And it would take people away. And it has
Take
like 2...
me
shut up.
away.
It has 2 apostles named Kurusu and Shion. And Kurusu is played by Naoto from Time Ranger, Time Fire.
Time Fire!
Didn't expect
Can
it.
take me away.
His hair is platinum blonde.
His hair is platinum blonde.
It took me-
I thought the girl was really cute, though.
Yeah.
I swear
I thought
she's
she
been in
was.
something too.
She probably has.
Yeah, I just can't remember exactly what she's been in. But her name's Shion.
Shion.
Like, what's her face from
Xenosaga.
that Kingdom Hearts movie? No, 358 too. That game.
35 Days. Days.
Yeah, her. I swear she's been in something else though, and I can't remember her name. Oh well, her name's not anywhere. But apparently she was like some model for Karusu in the past, and when he was an old man before he got young again by Karma, and he accidentally killed her. Who cares?
Who gives a fuck?
The main problem with this movie comes in the form of 3 Makai priests, mainly one, mainly Rekka. I do not like her.
Her actress is terrible in out-of-suit fighting.
She...
That's the biggest problem.
And she's a bad actress.
Did I hit you?
Not so much did I hit you, but I'm going to punch very slowly in comparison to the rest of everyone else.
Yeah. It becomes even more
Make sure she
prevalent
gets the choreography right.
in the Togen Flute movie when it's her and
It's her
Jabby
and Jabby.
being lesbians. Speaking of which, finished Sailor Moon Season 3. Great season, by the way. Go watch it if you haven't. That's the one where the other lesbians come in. But yeah, Rekka's the worst. In the American dub. Because that was weird. But,
These
Rekka's the
cousins
worst.
sure do like to like each other a lot.
These cousins are hugging for a long time.
It's
Why are they making out?
Season 3 in the dub of Sailor Moon was the worst thing ever. Go watch this sub. But Rekka, she drags this movie. Like, slowly to a burning pit of hell.
Is it a dumpster fire?
Almost. It's a tire fire.
I didn't think it was that bad.
It's not that
This
bad.
movie's not great, but I didn't think it was that bad.
When it focuses on everybody else except her, it's just like every scene that she's in, I really don't like it because her delivery is just forced and unnatural.
She's not good.
It's just like, I'm here to fight. I don't need to have anything to defend with. I'm just going to attack the whole time. And then Kouga just beats the shit out of her. Really not beats the shit out of her, but just constantly pushes her around. They're just like, you really need to learn how to defend yourself as I chip your legs out from under you. I don't care if you can raise your leg all the way up above your head.
I think that's the reason they hired her.
Probably.
That might be the reason they hired her. It's like, oh, you can lift your leg that high. You're hired, ma'am.
They couldn't get Jabby again, so here we are.
We can't just recast Jabby. Put I don't know, a mole on her face so no one would recognize her. Give her some glasses.
Yeah, damn it. I was about to say
And
that.
then they end up going into the mirror world where apparently Rekka's father was kept. One of the other priests dies, keeping the mirror world like safe or something like that.
Yep.
And then Garo gets to become Dragon Garo and kills Karma.
Yep. In a very once again, just like the first season of Garo, the final villain is a naked lady. Is a giant naked
It's
lady.
accurate. And it's just...
I actually didn't think that fight was that bad.
No, it really
It
wasn't.
wasn't bad, but I'm just like, is this season 1 all over again?
I did get a lot of deja vu for season 1, and I don't know. It was nice to see that. It was like that fight from season 1, but with a higher budget and more like crazy effects.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Alright, moving on to the third movie. The Lament of the Dragon. Lament of the Dark Dragon. This one follows immediately after season 2, where Gajari is just like, you made this contract with me at the end of season 2 to help you defeat
And he
this
says,
guy.
"Hey, go to this place and go get me this thing." It
And
starts
Koga's
with the
like-
fetch quest.
Yeah. And Koga's just like, okay.
Out of the 3 we watched, this one was my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the first time that I saw bits and pieces of this movie was when we were in college. I came home from, I think, rehearsal or something, and you and a couple of your friends were watching this in the living room. And I took one look at it, and I was like, "Are you guys watching a Japanese Alice in Wonderland?"
Accurate.
And I didn't know it was Toku related at all. And then you were like, "That's pretty much what you said." You were like, that's what we're watching, more or less."
Now, while Koga's
With
off,
murder.
While Koga's off
More
being,
murder.
So Alice in Wonderland.
being
More
Alice, Dan...
Upon
Leo-
rewatching it, though, I'll say this: it's much more Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
It's like the Wizard of Oz meets Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland, except without any of the Chosen One nonsense.
Now, while Koga's off being Alice, or
Stroke Dorothy.
Dorothy, Zero, Dan, and Leo, who was at the end of
Yeah.
season 2.
And this is in the very beginning, and then at the very end, you see these guys.
Yeah, they're like having some competition, and you end up getting to see like them focusing because they're training like
They're training all the young kids.
yeah, and
Who are getting
this
ready to
Scarecrow who's doing
Yeah.
most of the training. He was built by the Makai priest as a
Mhm.
training dummy.
Yep.
And Koga ends up meeting Zangetsu from Guy. He's a different character here though. His name
Because
is-
in Oz, for lack of a better word, everyone there is an object.
yeah,
And if they forget their name, then they basically lose themselves and they become like junk. He gives him the name Kakashi, and then he turns into what looks like the Scarecrow meets the Mad Hatter meets Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
He look
accurate.
that's what he looks like, and he's played by the actor who played Kamen Rider Zangetsu in Gaim, Yuki Kubota, and he's very good in this movie.
He is.
I liked him a lot.
I mean, he's good in most things.
He is, but yeah, he's pretty good in this movie. And then he uses his magical Mary Poppins umbrella to fly away.
And
Well,
then,
that makes Michael Jackson noises.
and then as they're
I'm
looking,
Mary Poppins.
as they're looking for the Fang,
That doesn't have
Which-
the same impact, does it?
the Fang of Sorrow, which is what Gazri wanted,
Mhm.
which is a part of him. They go on magical wild adventures and fight.
God, I wish this could have been a show.
Yeah, honestly,
I'm fine with this being a movie, and it was nice to see them just sort of like flex their creative muscles and do just like weird things with Garo. Not that Garo was, the most straight-laced Toku show to begin with, but
Just Garo and
the main villainess has like these 2 naked henchwomen wearing like high heels and panties and giant fish-headed feather masks that follow her the whole time with like a throne of some sort. It's just like weird little things like that, and her little night minions kind of remind me of Steiner from Final Fantasy IX.
oh yeah, they do.
They're
They're a mix of black mages. A little
Yeah,
bit.
they're like the chibi version of Vivi crossed with Steiner.
Yeah.
And they look kind of cool, and they can transform themselves, and her little slide projector Tin Man henchman guy.
I'll be playing that a little bit.
He means Final Fantasy IX.
It's a weird movie. It's a
weird movie. It's not. I wouldn't call it very weird. I've definitely seen worse.
I'll call it weird in a good way.
Weird,
Yeah.
weird in a good way. It's a fun little romp through Oz, and I enjoyed this one.
And then at the end of it, Kakashi ends up giving his energy to Koga, turns back into that Scarecrow thing.
Yeah, it is implied at the end that the little training dummy, because you see it with the same like necklace that he had,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
that Kakashi had.
It's a fun movie, though.
Yeah.
And I love the end credit sequence.
Yeah.
The end credit sequence where we get to see Kaoru again. Koga reappears before her, and she leaps into his arms, and we just put a nice little bow on Koga's story.
Because, then it follows up with his son in season 4. It's a good movie.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact, once again, the fact that we did it this way, because, the movies just lead in to, either next season or just something in the future. And I like that's what happened here. I think his son is supposed to get his own movie soon.
Cool.
And I really hope they actually explain what happened to Koga and Kaoru before his story starts.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But yeah.
Hopefully they're just off retired somewhere. And just
No, Koga's gone
Oh,
somewhere.
darn it.
They got put into a portal or something.
Is it that much to ask for a happy ending?
Yes.
Nope. Not getting it.
No.
But yeah. Those are our opinions of the 3 movies. Ren's the second worst. Rec was the absolute worst. And other than that, they're all good, fairly okay movies, especially the third one. And, the first one, because they brought Jabby back.
Jabby, 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 jabby.
But yeah, let us know what you think of these 3 movies in the comments below if you've seen them. This one might not get as many views because this is the happen when we do the Garo ones. But that's okay. We're going to do them anyway.
Yeah. Our channel.
Now, join us next time for episode 57, where we jump from one horror type to another one, where we go from actual horrors to vampires, and Kamen Rider Kiva.
And werewolves and and Frankenstein monsters and swamp
time
things
travel.
And time travel and really, 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 really,
And
really,
Jules the
really,
Sun.
really, 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 really poorly executed romance. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.